Unathi Binqose, who attended the proceedings. Good afternoon to you, Unathi. Now, the Bunga building dates further back to the 1920s during the former Transkei government. How has the building evolved to bring us the journey of the former statesman to life?
Well, indeed, you're right. It was used as the sitting council for the then Transkei Bandustan. Of course, it has evolved a lot since then. We understand that in the year 2000, it's then that it started as the Nelson Mandela Museum. At that time, Mthatha was still alive, so it was documenting his life as he was living it at the time, of course, reflecting on his past experiences and things that he was doing at that time. But a while back, I think some 5 years ago, it was closed down again to undergo some revamps and some refurbishment to make sure that it tells the story of Mthatha in an even better way. Yesterday we were back at the Bunga building for its relaunch and reopening. So it is open now to the public, and people can come and learn a bit more about the life of Tata Nelson Mandela. And of course, there were some heavyweights that were in attendance at the opening of the museum today. Two ministers, of course, Minister Chula Smith, who was responsible for public works. They were the ones that were responsible for that 63 million rand that the institution has undergone. And of course, the Arts and Culture Minister was there as the custodians of things like museums. So it was a very, very colorful event, well attended also. And of course, I think the message of the day right through the entire event. I mean, we were told about the spirit of Mthatha's, his spirit of reconciliation, and almost just about every speaker talked about the issue of racism and ensuring that we do not fall back in that trap. I understand it's probably based in the light of the events that we've seen, not just here in South Africa, but across the globe, in the States also. And of course, the incidents of racism that we've seen here in South Africa that has been trending on social media. So the message of the day from just about every speaker was that we should not allow racism to creep up again. We should learn from Mthatha and practice his spirit of reconciliation.
Now, Unathi, speaking of the life and spirit of Mthatha, the museum has Mthatha's documented life on display. What else can you tell us about the center and how exactly it communicates to visitors about the life of this amazing legend?
Well, it's a step up from the Nelson Mandela Museum down in Tulu, not far from where Mthatha lies buried. Of course, now this one they've introduced some technology to it. It's not just about words and pictures. There's audio visuals too. I mean, there's a lot of DVDs about the life and times of Dr. Nelson Mandela when he was still an upcoming politician, and of course when he took over the state as the South Africa's first democratically elected president, and the many things that he did, some not really in the glare of the media, things that he did with the rural people here in Kunu and Rezo, where he comes from. So there's quite a lot for young people especially to learn about Dr. Nelson Mandela, and of course those who don't like reading, I mean, documentaries are there about the life of Dr. Nelson Mandela. Of course, it reflects a bit on some of his comrades, the people of his generation, the people that he was working closely with to ensure that we managed to come up with a freedom that we are enjoying now. So there's quite a lot to learn. And what touched me a bit was to see the number of young people, especially from local schools here, rural schools here. I mean, we understand that Mthatha doesn't come from, he comes from rural areas. And yet the special creation is particularly for young children and those in disadvantaged areas. So they were there in their numbers to ensure that they reap the benefits of this. Of course, today was just the official opening of the day. A lot more things are still going to be added into the museum. It's still a bit empty at the moment. I understand it's probably due to the fact that today was just going to be the official opening, and the number of guests that were expected to be in attendance. So they had to shift things around, but we're told that its doors are open starting from today and, of course, tomorrow, and a lot more stuff will be brought in to ensure that those who visit the institution, as they like to call it, get the maximum benefit from it and learn as much as they possibly can from the stuff that they are still to bring in.
All right, that was our reporter Unathi Binqose speaking to us about the reopening of the Nelson Mandela Museum in Mthatha.